What do a millennial and a pastor from Gen X have in common? Not much, but they love the Lord and they love life. Join us as Justin and Sam look at the lighter side of Bible, church, and life with Making Light of It. Making Light of It, episode 96.
96.
I am Sam.
I'm Justin.
And behind the scenes is the ever so lovely Mayor Rob. We are excited to be back together with you. And I have a question for you, Justin.
Okay.
When's the last time you wrote a check? Do you have a checkbook?
No.
Okay.
Last time I wrote a check was in 2015.
Really?
When I say 2000, it was either the
Okay.
end of 2014 or in the middle of 2015, and it was actually a starter check.
Like the 10 that they give you in the little thing?
And I never got a check after that.
Really?
Never used it. My mom taught, I knew, but she also reinforced the balancing of the checkbook and stuff, all that. And she still does to this day. But I haven't.
I learned how to balance a check when I was in my late teens, early 20s, because I had an account and everything you spend, it wasn't connected to a card. If you needed money, you had to go withdraw. You had to take the receipt so you could bring it home to your checkbook where the balance part is, fill that out, make sure you add the $4 charge that they get for you pulling out your $5. And so you had to take care of all that. Had a checkbook. Now you have children in school. A lot of times they have field trips or this or that involve money. How do you get the money to the school?
Cash.
Is it just cash?
Yeah, it'd be cash. Or if they have if I can, even better scenario, if I can PayPal you, even better. Or not PayPal or
that's what I'm asking. Do they have a digital source to
sometimes they do. Because not for field trips or anything, but I think the school store, if we're at a school event, they'll have those there. But but for school lunch, school trips, since I just gave $5
you can go right
they're doing a dog magic show in Millville.
Excuse me?
I want to go.
A dog is doing magic trips
That's
in
what
Millville.
I said. It's at the Levoy. It's on the 23rd. Let's go.
Show trip?
Yeah, let's just show up.
This, January 23rd?
January 23rd, yep. $5. It should better
to
be
watch a
it.
dog do magic tricks.
Yeah. I just want to know, did I give my money to, a thing that's actually is he really doing tricks, or are they tricking my kids?
Right.
Or my kid.
I want
specifically.
a real, genuine, magical pooch.
Yeah.
Not some guy up there.
Yeah, the guy better not tell him what to do. It's got to be all on the dog.
Yeah.
That's $5 though.
That is next level.
God better not be up there thinking, why would the guy be a dog?
Shazam! That's the trick.
Just turns into a dog.
What you're gonna have?
They try to manipulate the kids because they're still young. They can believe certain things. And this is the dog. The dog shows up, and then they put a screen over him or something, and then boom, and then it's a human. It's all right. You ready for the magic show?
The worst part is
it's gonna be a guy in the worst dog costume
listen,
ever.
That's what I was getting at.
The worst.
There's this reel that I always just knock my socks off. There's this prank where you get a call for a dog service or sitter,
and it's a guy dressed
just so monotone, just and the guy shows up. He's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "I'm ready for my walk." And he's like, and just does the whole act.
That's what it is.
Does not break
great.
a smile.
That's got
all these little kids are just laughing at this guy on stage.
You know what?
I'm Ralph.
My daughter will be so disappointed
If it's not a real dog.
She has been talking about this dog that's going to do magic. She's not naive enough to know that's a guy in a suit.
So bizarre.
I can hear Dad.
So the reason why I ask you about checks,
back on topic.
Back on topic. When my kids were in school, majority of things we did, we paid for. We wrote with checks. Yeah. One, it was a paper trail, so we could say, yeah, we did pay you. So we would follow up on all that. I tithe. Excuse me, I don't tithe. I give out of the abundance of my heart, the way the New Testament asks us to, which looks a lot like tithing.
Yeah, very much so.
I tithe via check because digital payments, we're still working on that on the back end to make that effective. But I ask because the youngest person in this room, I happen to know for a fact, and this is not insider information. This was made known to me because he doesn't know how to do it right. But the youngest person in this room, Mayor Rob, not only writes checks for his tithing and his giving, which I commend you as a young man. That is a a very valuable tool in life to know, to give and to honor the Lord with your first fruits. But if you don't sign it, it no
ain't
good.
valid.
No good.
No good at all.
So I learned that out that Mayor Rob does write checks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You really write
I
checks.
do.
Proud of
Yeah.
you, bro. That's such an adult thing.
It
to
is
do.
very much an adult thing.
I was
to
very
do.
proud. I was not stupefied, but I was like shocked when you said, "Yeah, I had to give my check. I didn't sign my check." And I'm like, "Oh,
So-
I knew you had to sign it at least." You know?
Yeah,
It's very valid. Yes.
So here's the big question: do you write checks for anything else in your life, or anything you could share on this podcast? Because I can't imagine. So
Not really.
in your world, I can't see a reason really for it. Like I pay all my bills online. I think the only thing I have checks for are this, especially when the boys had all their things. But now that we're quasi empty nesters, we're broke empty nesters. We're not writing checks. Everything's digital.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Yeah, just church pretty much. That's
That's where it's at.
time.
I remember
Yeah,
working
that's
at
where it's
retail. The first time I got a check for a payment in retail, like at the cash register, I'm like, what do I do with this? It's got its own check machine, and you got to put it in the right way.
Yeah, okay. So you had one of those that would fill it out.
Yeah, yep.
I know a lot of times when you take a check as
You
a
have to
retail, you have to get a
manually.
copy of their license, write their license down, get all the information, make sure everything was working. Sometimes you have to get the phone number worked out. You have to make sure it's filled out completely. Being behind someone who's using a check to pay.
It's probably so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
That
as
is-
an adult, I would love to do it. Actually, now
That's
that I think
probably
about it,
something
you
just-
have.
I can do it.
Do you stop? Do you even have checks?
No, I don't have checks.
Because a majority of bank accounts now, you have to go out of your way to get them.
Yeah.
It used to
I
be-
think that's probably why I never got them, because I'd have to go there and be like, yeah, I want to order checks. I want you got to pay
And-
you got to pay for checks, like whatever. But
No, good follow up. Checks cost money,
it's like,
and they're not cheap.
I'll pay the $4 at the ATM.
But having said this, so this is at least I know they still do it. Back in the day, like you could get like cartoon characters on it,
custom
special
ones.
designs and all that kind of stuff. And there's a moment in my life where like, oh, I'll spend an extra $5-10 and I'll look cool. So when I do pay someone with a check,
My
they'll look
Bugs
at this
Bunny
and be like, my day is so much better because I just saw Bugs Bunny on this guy's check. I'm
saving this
And then it
extra
occurred to me,
Space Jam.
no one's looking at the pictures of these checks. And we just want to get in and out. But yeah, checks cost money to spend money. Such is the nature of life on that end of things. So yeah, we're a bunch of mature individuals in this space here, writing checks. Like you have to go out. Like I have a checking account. You probably have a checking account, no checks.
No checks. No.
It's
Just
crazy.
checks and balances. That's all.
Just checks and balances. I would like to read for you. We're going to jump right in. If you remember where we left off last in the saga of Samson, we're in the middle, the end
The endish.
of the Samson and Delilah engagement, not engagement like wedding, but being engaged in activity to each other,
Engaging with each other.
It is the fourth time that Samson has shared with Delilah the secret to zapping his strength.
Yeah.
But before we dive into that, we had watched, and we won't, because we're not really fully prepared to kind of show the whole clip. So I don't want to put the guy out there without, being given his due and stuff like that. But we did watch a video of an individual who was really botching it. But comparing Samson as a Jesus type. And there is some of that going on.
Yeah.
Now, he was a little messed up in the way he was going about it.
His nature was as if this was the only message
It
behind
was so bizarre. It was so bizarre. Yeah, and really, you had to close a blind eye to some things and make some other things work. But the reason why Samson's such an interesting story, because when you walk through his life, you don't really see him as being one. He doesn't stand out as a Jesus archetype.
No.
Joseph, like we look at the story of Joseph, we can see, all right, this is the waiting, the time of the leader, all these kind of things. Jonah, you're like, all right, 3 days down, then he's up, message of repentance and deliverance. But even then, Jonah's a little obscure. But Samson, there's nothing about Samson's life where you're like, man, this guy was just in love with God.
Right.
This guy was pursuing God.
Yeah.
This, David had his highs and his really, really lows. But even in his lows, you saw his heart to pursue God, because when he recognized his brokenness, it was a whole different type of game. Samson is a bit of a Jesus type in some ways. And what's really amazing, if we just stop here and I told you, hey, later on in Hebrews, they're going to list off some of the great heroes of the faith. And it's going to be a number of different names from the Old Testament. And then I said, and Samson's one of them. You'd be like, why? Right.
Yeah.
And for the majority of my life, I always kind of felt that way. There's just something a little off with Samson being in that roster, because there's so many judges. There's so many more faithful judges. But if you jump all the way into the New Testament, Hebrews chapter 11, it is the hall of faith.
We were just talking about this the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Our midweek meet.
Your midweek, you're talking about that?
About a week ago.
I'm just going to read verse 32. This is kind of the wrap up of the whole thing. So this would be, the honorable mention hall of it. Like if we were visiting the Baseball Hall of Fame, this would be where all the PED guys are. Like they're good enough to get in. But
see it right now. Samson, come on up here.
Like they're there, but they're not there. But anyway, so in that list, now one is Gideon. Gideon's my man.
Yeah.
He says, do you have it sitting right there? I'll let you read it straight
Verse
from the
32.
Bible.
And what more shall I say? For time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, and Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, enforced justice, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the power of fire, escaped the edge of the sword.
How many verses are you reading?
This was just bled into the second one, but I couldn't if I ended hard at lions.
It does have a little jab in there. So Samson's in the list.
Yeah.
And he's mentioned before David and Samuel.
Literally before David and Samuel. That is kind of odd.
It's like, he's like, I know I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah.
And he's just going through this list and this roster. Gideon, I love the story of Gideon too. That's another mighty warrior. But
I think it's interesting though, like in this reference, he specifies who through faith conquered kingdoms. They enforced justice. He didn't say they were the top-notch best people in the world.
Right.
It was more through their faith they were able to do these amazing, strong, powerful things.
So even using that phrase, let's just devil's advocate, through their faith, what part of Samson's journey and story have we been like, he's
got the faith.
Right. It's
it wasn't always obvious.
Every incredible thing he did, the Holy Spirit came upon him, rushed upon him. And he was known for being strong of strength.
Strong of strength.
He's strong of strong, strong-willed, strong pride. You know what I mean? Like all these things, like these uber machismo kind of things, strong in lust. We can gather that. All these things, that's what he's known for. Never would I say so far strong in reliance on God.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah. At this point in time, this is not a man you want to emulate. The end. That's why I cut all my hair off. Yep. I don't want anyone confusing me with him. That's the exact reason.
You got stronger after you cut your hair off.
That's exactly. I got a lot stronger in those days. So he's in the Hall of Faith. It might be a honorable mention, but he's in it.
Yep.
He's lumped in with all these great leaders. So where we last left him off, we're in chapter 16 of Judges.
Yep.
He's with Delilah. She said, tell me, let's go down the list.
Yeah.
She said, tell me what makes you weak. And the first thing was
7 bowstrings.
7 bowstrings.
Dry.
And then if that didn't work out, Philistines run out. So then Delilah's like, okay, you lied to me. Tell me again, what makes you weak? And he said,
you need new rope.
brand new ropes. So she ties him up brand new ropes, and he snaps those things. The Philistines run away again, come back in. She's like, Samson, come on. Okay, now really? And Samson says,
make a web with my hair, put a pin in it.
put my head in the loom, put a pin in it, wakes up, rips the thing out, tears the thing apart. Philistines run off. And then we have what I don't think there's a Hebrew word for this. She nagged.
Yeah.
Nagged to the point where literally Samson said, I would rather die than listen to this woman anymore. And if you left off, so she is pursuing, like, just on and on. Samson, tell me, if you love me. And that's where she really started to turn to, if you loved me, you would do this. And then she had to go. Samson finally, if we are in
17.
Verse 17, he tells her,
and he told her all his heart and said to her, a razor has never come upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite to God from my mother's womb. If my head is shaved, then my strength will leave me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
Okay, all his heart. And we're going to flash back a little bit to last episode. There was nothing in all this that said the strength is through the hair. The strength was through the Holy Spirit who empowered him. Part of that process was the Nazarite vow to keep him separate from everything that's going around it. Now, we've already seen he's broken that vow multiple times.
Literally.
Probably on a regular basis now is breaking that vow. But he still has this identification factor of being with the Lord from the outside looking in. And we mentioned this early on. The long hair, the long beard, like all these things are an outside identifier that he is set apart for the Lord. That's what this is. But Samson is, in his heart of hearts, attributing his strength to that. Now, if he had said, you can't make me weak because my strength comes from the Lord.
I think it might have been a different
She probably could have
story
done whatever she wanted to him, and nothing would have happened. I truly, honestly, but there was some arrogance here, a little bit of like spitting in the face of God, I think. Kind of like, well, this is where I
can see him in his ignorance, like if he was a praying man, you know.
I would like to think.
It's like, God, just get me out of this. Get me out of this. I surely don't want to have to do this anymore. She is such a nag.
Annoying, Lord. So then Delilah runs off and has to now convince the Philistine leaders, the ones who are going to pay her each 1,100 silver. She has to. Silver. That's a lot. She has to convince them. He's telling the truth this time. She says, in his heart, like he has poured out his soul to me. This, I believe, is the accurate statement. She convinces them. And now what happens is this puts us at we'll just start with verse 18.
Yep.
And we'll go on from there.
When Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up again, for he has told me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up to her and brought the money in their hands. She made him sleep on her knees, him being Samson. And she called a man and had him shave off the 7 locks of his head.
So I can just see, like, Samson, lay down. And just gently
I like
running her fingers
wonder,
through his hair.
like, do you think he knew what was next? Like, he had 2-3 chances here to see, she gonna do what you tell her to do.
You would think he would have to be so confident to think that even if this happens, I'm still fine. Because they tried to set a trap for him and he ripped out this 1,000-pound gate and walked away. They, he got turned over to the Philistine army and took out 1,000 of them. These are the things that are written down. Yeah. These are things that we know. Like there's probably more things that happened in his life. So I honestly think he thinks, even if this does happen, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah. I honestly think he feels that way. Or he's thinking, boy, Delilah really likes my hair. There's no way she's cutting this.
Or maybe he's thinking, God, if this is how you get me out of this nagging situation, so be it. I'm already vexed to death.
So
if this is it, take me now.
This is the out. He's like, I'm done. She's like, lay down and go to sleep. Gladly.
Sure thing.
Here's the scissors. So a lot of people attribute Delilah as being the one who cut his hair.
Yeah.
They miss a little passage in here.
She called someone.
No, she called Uber hairstylist. and they showed up. She just calmed him down, gave him his melatonin, and just eased him into it. You can see he's laying his head on her lap. The hair is all sprawled out across the couch, and she's just running her fingers through the hair. Samson dozes off asleep, and then what happens? So with 19, she made him sleep on her knees.
She made him sleep on her knees, and she called a man and had him shave off the 7 locks of his head. Then she began to torment him, and his strength left him.
Okay, so here's a little catch. The other 3 times, she hollered, "The Philistines are upon you." Now she's testing him.
Yeah.
She's
Before I
testing
even call them over.
Right.
Let me check and make sure.
Right. What do you think she's like tickling him and he can't fight her
Hey,
off?
Samson, come on. Hey, Samson. Or she's just holding his hands down like, you so strong now.
Stop
big
hitting
boy.
yourself.
Yeah.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
It's equivalent
That's what I
to
see.
like playing roughhousing with my dad when I was younger. He was totally overpowering me and I couldn't do anything.
Kind of what I see going on here. The torment. Like I think it's more than verbal. There might have been some physical, like, wow, this is really happening. Like big brother, little brother.
It's like being in a dream, and you're like, it's like you feel like you're awake, but you can't move. You're like, wait, I need to do something, but I can't.
He's just
tormenting.
Stuck. It's little known fact. Not too many people know. Like she didn't call out. She noticed before the Philistines came in that his strength had left him. Verse 20. Verse 20.
And then she says, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." And he awoke from his sleep and said, "I will go out as at any other time and shake myself free."
He's like, "I got this."
But he did not know that the Lord had left him.
Oh, this is sad mic drop. Sad mic drop.
The Lord left him and he was unaware.
No, this is...
It's kind of like when you're so out of tune with the Lord that when you're not, feeling his presence and you don't realize you're not feeling his presence, you just think, oh yeah, he's there. Yeah, I believe I said sorry. Yeah.
This is tough.
That power might have left you, and that's why you're struggling with that. Whatever it might be.
This is one of the saddest lines in all of Scripture. And there's a few moments like this in Scriptures. To not know that the Lord had left you. Like he was so arrogant and so confident in his own strength, in his own abilities, that when the hair was symbolic. It wasn't like his strength was tied to the follicles.
Right. This
was symbolism of him relying on relying on his own strength. And then the Lord did not know. That is, can you like he just gets up, bust out the door.
I'm gonna die. I'm ready, and everybody's looking at him
like what? Right. But so, if I'm the Philistines, I'm still a little hesitant.
Yeah, you still got to be unsure
because this guy is kind of tough.
Yeah, he's done a lot before.
He's been reigning for 20 years for a reason.
That's right.
Whether it's just the lore and no one wants to touch it and approach him. Some of these guys are the same guys that saw him rip that gate out. And he's got to look a little funny. I've had moments where I shaved my beard a little too short, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, who dat?
Everybody's seen him with long hair, all this whole head of hair. Now they're seeing him with a buzz cut.
Just clean head, clean face.
Is that even him?
Who is this?
Who is that guy? He looks like Samson's brother.
Imagine how scrawny and beat up like his face must have been after all those years.
Yeah.
Unreal. So he jumps out, has no idea that the Spirit of the Lord has left him. Sad, sad, sad. Verse 21.
And I'm sorry, I've switched the page already. And the Philistines, now I can turn the page.
that just a couple little. You almost wish they would just throw it on the other page.
Just start the new sentence there. And the Philistines seized him and gouged out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with bronze shackles. And he ground at the mill in the prison.
Okay, hold there. So, just utter mockery.
Yeah,
that's it. They are just humiliating him. The last thing you see is your defeat, and that just grosses me out. The couch,
and then you can't see anything after that. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing going on. They bound him down, and he's at the mill. And the picture we have of this is normally they would have a donkey walking around in circles. Right. It's grinding the wheat.
Him.
It's just a mindless thing. And it's just him just walking around in circles, probably at a very prominent place. So everyone can see this Samson just getting weaker and weaker, or not getting weaker, but like humiliated over and over again in the public square. And now, one of the great workouts, go back to fitness world, is sled work, pushing and pulling.
Yeah.
He's pushing and pulling.
He's getting strength.
He's getting natural strength back. Can't see, but he's getting some natural strength back built into him. Now, here's the where the music would change a little bit. Maybe we go from a minor key to a more uplifting tone, and then we get into verse 22. Verse 22 changes the. Now we're going from the slow hitting of the hi-hat, like. What happens next is a little precursor, because there's more into this than just a physical element. Read verse 22.
But the hair of his head began to grow again after it had been shaved.
Don't you think somebody
Hey, make sure you're on a schedule to shave that head every week. Every 3 days.
Something should have been on top of
that.
that.
You had one job.
You had one job. You knew the one thing.
One job. Cut that man's hair. So the one thing that's really symbolized, and from the outside looking in, remember the Nazirite vow, the hair part was a outside symbol of an inward decision, and they're letting it come back.
You know that there would have been one Philistine that was like, look at your hair now. It's starting to grow. Yeah. It's starting.
Maybe you'll get a little bit stronger as it grows.
Don't you hate that awkward phase where you can't tuck it back or pull it back?
It's just standing up tall, fuzzy.
Just teasing him.
Beach fuzz.
So now we go into our final closing section.
Closing scene.
The closing scene.
The finale.
The finale. What I have here, the title for this chapter in my Bible, what's it say on yours? Mine says The Death of Samson.
I was going to say, let's do it at the same time. It's The Death of Samson.
Okay, let's do it at the same time. Ready?
1, 2. The Death of Samson.
All right, chapter 16, verse 23.
23. Now the lords of the Philistines gathered to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon, their god, and to rejoice. And they said, our God has given Samson to our enemy into our hand. And when the people saw him, they praised their God. For they said, our God has given our enemy into our hand, the ravager of our country, who has killed many of us.
It's just fun. Yeah. They're having a party.
They're celebrating. Yeah, Dagon.
Right. And let's be fair. Yeah.
Rightfully so, right?
Right. If this is what you believe, and you truly believe in your God, and you've been praying to your God to give this guy up because he is the thorn in our side. Yeah. He is the obstacle.
Then surely we'd understand your party.
And then, I get it. I get why they're celebrating. I get the party. I understand that. That's great. Your God's great. For now.
However, we have context. And
then someone says, verse 25.
And when their hearts were merry, they said, call Samson, that he may entertain us.
Now,
who is this dummy?
This is what's funny. So they called Samson out of the prison, and he entertained them.
Yeah, what he did.
Right. Now, we could read into this. Did he learn how to play the tuba in the middle of that?
Doing polka dancing.
Listen, here's what entertained them. Samson couldn't do nothing. They probably led him to the middle of the room,
laughed at him,
and just let him go. Yeah. And he didn't know where he was. He had no bearings about him. He could have been stumbling, walking into things. His hair is not as luxurious as it was. So the entertainment that they had for Samson was his disheveled weakness. Mm-hmm. That entertained them. Yeah. That brought them great joy. Yeah. This great pillar, Hercules of a man, is now less than every one of those guys. Every single one of those guys probably thought to themselves, I could take him. And I'd be willing to bet they probably tried in that moment. Yeah. Went out there and just
smacking him up,
while he's turning around, go up there and hit him. Who got you? Who got you? Who got you? You know what I mean? That whole
Marco.
Yeah. All right, get the blindfold. Oh, we don't have to.
Oh, that's right. See me now. Oops.
So he's not dancing around, but he is entertaining the people.
Them. That's great.
And then they brought him to the front of the space, or maybe the center of the space. They made him stand between The pillars.
The
pillars.
It was the pillars.
The pillars. These are the pillars. Well, Samson describes it. Verse 26. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And Samson said to the young man who held him by the hand, "Let me feel the pillars on which the house rests, that I may lean against them."
Okay, so they are the ones that are supporting the whole of the building.
Yeah.
Right. So at this point in time, everyone's got the imagery in. There's two pillars. He's in the middle of them, just kind of resting at this moment in time.
Verse 27. Now the house was full of men and women. All the lords of the Philistines were there, and on the roof there were about 3,000 men and women who looked on while Samson entertained.
So this is interesting. They call it a house. It's definitely more than a house.
More than a house, for sure.
They're on the roof. So now we almost kind of think like Roman Colosseum style.
Okay.
And like it's just a round or, even square, but it's open in the middle, but the pillars are kind of supporting all that.
Yeah.
And they can look in and look down upon
It's
him.
like being at the shopping mall with two floors.
Yeah.
The center's open. You can look over.
There we go. That's great. But everything's kind of pinned in on these couple pillars. 3,000 men and women. Plus
a lot on the roof.
All the Philistine leaders at this point in time are there. This is a party.
Yeah. I wonder if they're breaking fire code. They might be. Well, Samson's a man of fire.
They should be punished. How should we do that?
Yeah. Verse 28. Then Samson called to the Lord and said, "O Lord God, please remember me and please strengthen me only this once, O God, that I may be avenged on the Philistines for my two eyes."
Still a little selfishness.
Still
right?
that I, for me, for I.
Right.
Not God, so you are not mocked, so that they can see that you are the only true God. It's
right.
So that I can get my payback.
But at the very least in this situation, because think about it, we do it all the time. We pray, and as much as we honor and respect who God is, there's almost always a little bit of selfishness. We're still human.
Yep.
In this situation, he is fully recognizing where his strength came from, fully recognizing that without the Lord's help, he's stuck.
Yeah.
And then there's because they poked out my eyes.
Yeah, he doesn't ask for his hair to grow back so that he may regain his strength. So then he says, "God, you give me the strength."
All right, next.
Where are we at? Verse 29. And Samson grasped the two middle pillars on which the house rested, and he leaned his weight against them, his right hand on the one and his left hand on the other. And Samson said, "Let me die with these Philistines." Then he bowed with all his strength, and the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people who were in it. So the dead whom he killed at his death were more than those whom he had killed during his life.
That is
crazy because he killed a lot of people.
Crazy. So I do a lot of construction. If you're going to remove a post that has all the weight of the thing on it, that is hard to move because it is literally pinned into place. Like it doesn't matter. Like you cut, it's hard to cut. Because all the weight of the structure is sitting on that.
Yeah.
And from a very just physical logistics point of view, it's not like he could dig in his feet and then push this thing down. There had to be some extra supernatural assistance in this. It's not like, because if you try to dig in and push, he'll just slide right away from these things.
Right.
So he's using his body to kind of push against each pillar, pushing against each other. And there's no logistical thing in here. It had to be the Lord that also got involved in this whole process
100%.
of taking this thing down. So Samson, in his great feat, is willing to sacrifice himself to take down the people, and it's going to reverberate throughout the nation because they came together for the word is they had a big party to celebrate their God. Their God gave them Samson. Joke's on you.
Yeah. Can you imagine one guy's like, "Daggone, he taking the whole daggone place down."
Yeah. He did take the daggone place down.
He took the daggone place down.
Well done, Mayor Rob.
That was very good.
I'm upset that I did not see that sooner.
Me too, honestly.
Samson did take the whole daggone party down.
We're gonna edit that one out. We'll put our voices in.
We'll do that. Yeah. So it'll be just that. We'll cut that little part.
Don't tell Mayor Rob.
We'll do that.
Yeah, don't tell Mayor Rob.
We won't let him know. And in closing,
yes,
31.
Then his brothers and all his family came down and took him and brought him up and buried him between Zorah and Eshtal. I don't even know if I said that right. Eshtal. In the tomb of Manoah, his father. He had judged Israel 20 years.
And then you no longer hear about him till the Hall of Faith.
That's right.
Samson.
Hey, at least Samson ended this story, like his account, his life, literally, on like in a sense a high note. And if listen, I'm glad that I've met the Lord and I'm at where I'm at. But if I wasn't, I would be so grateful to be able to have that last moment and say,
go out.
I realize, Lord, thank you. Like, you know what? Give me the strength I need, and if it is for me to die in this setting, let it be for your glory. Like that's how he ended.
That's what
Not
it was.
how my life necessarily is, but if I was Samson, I'm thanking God that I had that last opportunity.
For what it's worth, everything we've seen leading up to this moment was about him.
Yeah.
And he finally came to a moment where it's like, okay, I'm willing to give up my life to help defeat these people, to ultimately help his people. All the leaders of the Philistines are there. So like this was a selfless sacrifice to advance the Israelites' kingdom. Yeah. God's chosen people. Yeah. Like hot mess. Many hot mess, but in the end, he did get that moment. I kind of like that. Every one of us wish we'd have like deathbed moments, and many people going through life thinking to themselves, well, when the time comes, I'll commit myself to the Lord. You don't always get that opportunity. Nope. And even then, your heart might be so hardened because of a lifetime of going against the Lord.
Yep.
To think that in that last moment, you'll suddenly believe and receive. That's a little brazen, brazen. That is a daggone bad choice.
I remember as a teenager having that mindset, when I get older, I'll get serious about it because that's when I'll, excuse.
And all the years missed. Imagine if Samson had a little bit more of a heart or a little more sensitive to the Holy Spirit that was with him.
Yeah, literally. They gave him his power.
Where he could actually know that the Holy Spirit was around. All right. I've enjoyed walking through this journey with you, my friend.
Me too.
We are going to miss him. Hopefully, we have done his story justice, and you guys have learned a little bit. When we get to heaven, I'm going to talk to him a little bit.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Maybe we'll work out together.
So,
I think,
Samson. Jackals or foxes?
It's jackals. We know it's jackals. The question is, was Delilah really all that?
Yeah, dude, how pretty was she? Right. Did she sound like this? Delilah, like, because I could get it. You fell asleep on her knees. She was probably singing to you. Or something.
She probably had a soothing tone because he fell asleep all the time.
Samson, those luscious locks of hair.
Those luscious locks of hair.
I got the perfect song for you tonight to go to sleep.
That was EP 96.
No, ain't these Ace.
I'm Sam.
I'm Justin.
Behind the scenes, not as nice as Delilah. I will say that. I'm sorry, Mayor Rob, but
you can catch cheese if it's thrown at him.
You are no Delilah. There's an inside joke there that no one knows about. God bless. Thanks for listening to another episode of Making Light of It. Please connect with us on Instagram and Facebook. You can find the links in the description of this episode. We would love to hear from you. Please feel free to email us at makinglightofitpod@gmail.com. And remember to like, share, or subscribe so you'll be notified when the next podcast is uploaded. Thank you, and as always, God bless.